So I'm just going to put in a water line from this water tank behind me that we've just installed. Didn't get a chance to show making the base or anything or putting it in there because just needed to get it done. And it was a bit raining and I didn't want the camera out in the rain and all of that. So I will show you putting in the trench to feed the water to the veggie garden. So we might just go for a bit of a walk and have a look at what's going on at Farmhof to feed the future vegetable garden with water. So here's the tank. I'll stand back so you can see it. Nothing special, it's just a 10,000 litre poly tank. And it's going to be gravity fed by a dam. I don't know if you can see the dam wall there, but it's just about there. So we need a trench, which we won't do today, but we need a trench all the way through to the back side of the tank and run water pipe so that'll fill up with gravity. And then from here, which we are trenching today, we need a trench all through here, down to about the corner of that shipping container there. And now this is to feed the veggie garden that we have started here. We've got the grape trellis here. So, sorry for the camera work. Got the grape trellis here. There's a little pomegranate tree that's doing well. And then grapes along the trellis. Obviously they're quite small still. They've got a lot of growing to do, but that'll be good when they get started. And we haven't got all the wires on the trellis yet either, just enough to get started on the project. So this is the veggie garden. It's about, there's 8 beds. Each bed is 1 metre wide. And it's about 20 metres long each bed. So it's quite a big veggie garden. And we're going to try the no-till approach with it. See how that goes. My parents grow commercially with veggies and they don't do the no-till, but theirs is a lot bigger. And it's more machinery run. Still a lot of physical labour, but it is run with tractors. But I'm trying to not do that for the home vegetable garden. Alright, so that's where I want to put the pump, just sort of where that timber is. We'll have to move that later obviously when the pump goes in. But I'll start the trench about here, as close as I can get. And I will run it just up and to the tank. So what we're using to do the trench is, I figured on the property we've got kilometres worth of fencing to do. Trenching, sorry, hand fencing, but trenching. So instead of hiring a machine for everything, I bought this 3-point linkage trencher, PTO driven, runs off the tractor. So we'll see how that goes. I think it's going to do really well. And it works out to be far cheaper than hiring a machine for the amount of work we need to do with it. So I think it's a good way to go. But we'll give it its first test run today. Obviously you can see it's never been used yet. It's still paint on it and looks perfect. So it's made by Trenchmaster. It's a Trenchmaster 150. And I think if it does pretty well, we might do a bit of a product review on it. Or even if it does badly, we'll do a bit of a product review on it in the future. But I do want to just want to get some time behind it to actually see what it's all about first. How good is that? I don't know how far that is, be 30-40 metres, and that took less than a minute at about 400mm trench depth. We've got to the tricky bit now, so we're at the tank, so I'll have to turn the tractor around, start there, and then try and match it up with the trench there, and then it's done. So that went really well. It's left a good trench in record speed. I've done a lot of trenching with chain trenches before, so like on skid steers, dingoes and such, and they work well, but they are slow. That would have taken an hour maybe with a skid steer chain trencher, maybe with a bigger machine half an hour, but that's excellent, really happy with that. So I'll spin the tractor around, marry the trenches up, and then we can put some pipe in. Alright, so we've started the trench at the tank now, and that went well. So we've got it coming up about 60 centimetres, and from the valve, and then that just marries up to the first trench. Went pretty good. I'll just have to dig out a little bit of the trench where the tractor drove over and just push some soil back in, but that's all loose, so that won't be a big deal. So I'll just get that done and then we can lay some pipe down. Alright, so it's been a few days since actually a week since I dug the trench. Just got busy with work, so if we come along here, I went ahead and put the pipe in. We've got two, don't know if you can see it, maybe. There's two lengths of pipe in there. Goes to the tank. Just here. So the reason for two pipes is we've got one pipe takes water from the tank, low pressure, and takes it down to the room over there. We're going to have a pump there, and then that pump is going to feed pressured lines to the veggie garden. But I also thought it'd be a good idea to have a pipe, a water tap over at the tank as well, so just for future proofing things. So I've got another line that comes from there down the trench, so that pipe will be high pressure from the pump just so we have a bit of high pressure up here for whatever that might be in the future. Just better to run it while the trench is done. So I still need to fill the tank, the trench in. My son's done a bit of that with his dump truck and whatnot. But to speed it up, we'll pull out the skid steer and fill it in and get this job wrapped up. Well, that's the trench covered in and finished. So that's excellent. So we still need to do the trench from the dam to the tank. That's about 350 metres, I think I measured. So that'll be a bigger job. And we still need to put the water pump at the container. So that'll give our pressure to the rest of the system that we want. And then we'll be done. So there's still a lot of work yet to do, but I think this might be a good place to wrap up the video. So I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.